Crystals have a very high rate of vibrations and their frequency is depending from one crystal to another. For example, the atomic structure of a beryl crystal has the same form as the creation pattern from the flower of life. Not all crystals have this complexity, but they all are very geometric. There are 6 categories in which we can fit all the crystals: isometric, tetragonal, hexagonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic and triclinic. Our ancestors knew that the connection between a human and a crystal is so complex that from a metaphysical perspective we can transmit thoughts and emotions through them. This may sound stupid for some of you, but think about it. The first radio was a crystal set. Using a quartz crystal and a wire, the frequencies were transmitted through the crystal that decoded the electromagnetic field from the radio station. Like the radio, our brain works with electromagnetic frequencies too, but at a much higher frequency. Our thoughts are constantly emitted and received by our brains through electromagnetism. According to David Wilcock, when we dream, our pineal gland is one of the decoders for high electromagnetic frequencies that later are translated in images. In a similar fashion, we can interact with crystals using intention. In other words, a laptop has the capability to record or create images and sounds, but eventually, it is a block of elements that decode lower frequencies, using external electricity to stock the information we type in. Ancient humans and especially shamans used to have their bodies so balanced and sensitive, that they could decode information from crystals using all sort of vast techniques. Crystals can create their own electric fields using piezoelectricity, and they interact with our electromagnetic fields. From a spiritual perspective, a laptop is ridiculously stupid as an invention. Not only that it is inharmonious with our organic bodies and it damages us, but it has a very limited amount of functions. Marshall Vogel won a Nobel Prize for discovering that crystals can be reprogrammed as silicon chips in a computer, and they can also be programmed with the energy of our consciousness. As each crystal type has a specific property and it can be used in functions like stimulating energy flow through meridians, relieve and release stress, amplify the healing power, stimulates brain activity, reconnect you to your true self, influence health, bring metaphysical protection and many other properties. As a matter of fact, ancient humans from various cultures were wearing items for their energetic enchantment power and not for fashion, like humanity is doing in our days. Their value was equal with the mental belief of that item. There are hundreds of crystal types and each one of them has its own individual frequency and its specific energy. A very brief characterization is as follows. Agate fire crystal stimulates sexual attraction and intensifies emotions. It increases passion, revitalizes spiritual and physical energies, and it can inspire creativity. Carnelian crystal helps one overcome the fear of taking action or fear of doing the wrong thing. It is associated with bringing change and transformation. Citrine crystal opens up the doors to increased clarity of thought, enhanced creativity and magnified powers of will and manifestation. Green calcite stimulates the heart and it brings freshness and vitality. It can engage in the forgiveness of oneself or others and helps with kindness and love. Lapis lazuli crystal stimulates the higher levels of the mind, encouraging clarity and objectivity. It can help to overcome depression and facilitates self-knowledge and self-expression. Amethyst crystals are all about protection and purification. They help heal negative addictive emotional patterns and facilitates conscious connection with spirit world. Clear quartz crystals are the supreme gift of Mother Earth. Even the smallest is imbued with the properties of a master healer teacher. Those 7 examples of crystals are resonating with the main 7 chakras of the human body. Dark crystals like obsidian, for example, when touched, will surface every negative attribute of ourselves. In other words, dark crystals have the capability to surface all the suppressed negativity that was not dealt with in our past. This is why they are used in meditations and very good for introspection. One way to cleanse crystals is by smudging them. Using sage sticks or a palo santo. After you light your cleansing tools, you take the crystals and you smudge them through the smoke. Another method for cleansing your crystals is by using spring water. Take your crystals and run them under the water several times. Sunlight or moonlight is a very good technique to not only cleanse your crystals but charge them up to their highest potentials. A fourth method is to use salt or to literally bury your crystals in the earth. The amount of time you spend to purify your crystals is based on your intuition and instincts. And this will bring us to the last method of cleansing your crystals, and that is by using your own intention to purify them. If you know and you trust yourself that you have the capability to do so, it will work. After a crystal is cleansed, we can program them using our intention and visualizing how the crystal is charging with energy, emotions and thoughts. A programmed crystal becomes a part of you and it should stay in a private and intimate part of your life. Nikola Tesla said, "In a crystal, we have clear evidence of the existence of a formative life principle, and though we cannot understand the life of a crystal, it is nonetheless a living being."